So I don't know if it's just me, but a couple years ago, well, maybe 1 year ago, I'll just look at my bike and I'll go like, damn, this thing needs some work, some upgrades, aesthetic upgrades, like 60mm carbon wheels or an integrated handlebar. But now I just look at my bike and go, damn, that is the most perfect thing I've ever seen. So it's really odd, honestly. I think the defining moment was getting the stone chainring. Now I know I said I got the stone chainring for functionality, but honestly it was like 80%, 10% functionality and 90% looks. So yeah, and I had my expectations so high because the stone chainring appeared on a GC performance video, and it was on a blue chrome track Madone. So it was like, whoa. And when I installed it and it had the problems, it just like ruined the whole experience for me. Like up to this point, like till this day, I don't even want to upgrade my bike anymore. I find like road cycling in my country is kind of like a dick measuring contest, just that your dick length is inversely proportionate to your bike cost. Yeah. Just like those lifted trucks with like super big wheels. You know, people always make fun of their peepees. But anyways, road cycling is so toxic in my country. There was this Facebook post which my friend sent me. It was this guy. He was shaming someone who was riding a Pinarello for having aluminum wheels, and he called him a fake racer. Like, seriously? That's such a dick move. But it's so elitist, you know? It just ruins the whole experience for everyone. And people don't seem to give a shit about traffic lights. They just blast past them. The worst one is when there are T junctions. I'm not sure if they're called T junctions. Maybe in your country they call it plus junctions, but they are just like this. So example, here going this way it's red light, and then going this way is green light. So the traffic, we'll have a red light and the cyclist just kind of goes past, and somehow he doesn't get rammed by cars, which is very lucky. But yeah, it's bloody dangerous, man. However, I tried out the mountain biking with my school friends, and the mountain biking community is so nice, honestly. Like, everyone's so friendly, everyone's so kind. I borrowed my friend's mountain bike, and there was this uphill part which was super steep. It was probably like 15% or 12% or something. It wasn't that steep, but so example, this is my road position, so I'm all the way bent down. But then there's the mountain bike position, so it's all the way up. I didn't really realize, but because of that, my center of gravity was all the way back, and I just wheeled up. And yeah, I shat myself, and I stopped in the middle of the climb, and I looked behind me, and there was like a whole train of like 10 people behind me, and I was 100% expected to get screamed at, but surprisingly, they were like, oh, no problem, no problem. And they actually thanked me when I pulled off to the side, which is very nice, honestly, because if I did it on the road, all the road cyclists would be like, oh, you're a dickhead, get off the road, you amateur. So yeah, the mountain bike community is so nice. Although not all road cyclists are dickheads though. There was this one time where I was stranded in the middle of nowhere, and I had a puncture, and then this guy, he came out to me and he was like, oh, are you okay? And then he noticed I had a puncture, and then he gave me not only a spare tube but a CO2 inflator. So yeah, he practically saved my life, because I was like 40 kilometers away from home. So that was quite nice. This is a different point already, but generally in my country, road users absolutely despise cyclists. Like, it gets to the point where it's totally unnecessary. Like, if I had a nickel for the amount of times that I've been honked at unnecessarily, I would have 3 nickels, which is not much, but it's more than I'd expect. And yeah, it has kind of put me off cycling, honestly. Like, now, if I wake up late, which is practically never, but say I was gonna go cycle at like 9 a.m., I would just stop. I just wouldn't cycle, because it's super dangerous. So yeah, now I just cycle at like 5 a.m. to avoid the traffic. I did some research, aka going on Reddit, and I found this point on why vehicles hate cyclists a lot in my country. And it says that bicycles are not registered, hence can't get in trouble. What that means is, for example, someone blasts past a red light, a cyclist, he can't get in trouble unless there just so happens to be a policeman there. Then he gets in trouble. But versus a car, you have a license plate number, there are cameras, dash cams, CCTVs, literally everywhere. So if you blast past a red light, boom! I don't know what is it. It's probably like a $300 fine or something. I'm not sure. So yeah, and then people see that, like people see cyclists just blasting past the red light and they can't do anything, you know? You're breaking the law, but they're not getting the consequences. So road users find that a bit unfair. It doesn't help that where I live, life is very fast paced. Like you'll be, I don't know, 3 years old, and then everyone's like, "Oh, you're not doctor yet? You bad. You get no rights until you become doctor." So, yeah. Example, you search America is the most, and then on Google, and then it will autofill for you. If you change the America to the name of my country, you get shit like most stressful country, most overworked country, most sleep deprived country, and most fatigued country. So yeah, take that as you will, but all that leads to more stress, which leads to more irrational behavior, and when drivers see one cyclist breaking the rule, they get angry and they associate that one cyclist as every single cyclist. So yeah, I understand why they see it that way. You know, it's just basic human nature. And as a cyclist, the best thing you can do is to just take caution and don't fight with other vehicles. For example, there's a car coming very close to you. The best thing you can do is to just let him go. You know, just brake a little bit and then let him go, because it's not worth fighting. You know, even if you're me and you weigh like 70 kilos and you pick a fight with a, I don't know, BMW 3 Series, if you do the mathematical equation and basic physics and all that, the result is that you will die. So yeah, if you have any stories, do share them down in the comments. I want to read them. But that's all I have today, folks, and I will see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.